Hi, and welcome back to the kitchen. So in the last video, we were talking about my favorite products that make my health journey a little easier. And we talked about the basics of every day that I like to use to keep myself aimed and moving in the right direction. So today we're going to talk about two different products that I'm really fond of for very different reasons. The first product I want to tell you about is a product that I like to keep in my purse. And the reason why is because so many times I'll be out and about running errands, doing things, and whether it be traffic or a slow clerk or lines or whatever it is, I'm not back home by the time that I thought I would be. And now I'm hungry and I've got the shakes and there's a McDonald's and oh my goodness, some fries sound delicious and I know I need to fuel myself. So one of the ways that I like to do that is with Planters P3 portable protein packs. They look like this. This is a 3-pack. I got this pack at Target. I believe most grocery stores will carry it. Now let me just disclaimer right now, because if y'all know me, you know that my granddaughter has a peanut allergy. So I have to be very careful with this product when she comes. So these were in the very top shelf of my pantry where she couldn't reach them, because as Planters does, it has peanuts in it. But I want to tell you a little bit about this product. This product packs a punch with 13 grams of protein. It has sunflower kernels, it has beef jerky, and it has, I think these are the honey roasted, yeah, these are the honey roasted peanuts in this pack. They do come in different flavors. 13 grams of protein and 250 calories. Now that is amazing, amazing for what you're getting. Now what I like about this is, well, many things, but let me tell you what things appeal to me. When you get hungry, sometimes a protein shake is just not going to give you the satisfaction that you need to chew something and to feel like you're fueling yourself with something substantial. This will do that. It has the crunch of the nuts, it has the chewiness of the beef jerky. You've got 3 different flavors, and you're putting great nutrients into your body. Now I'm going to show you what these look like individual to show you why I say they fit easily in my purse. This is it. Now you say, Terry, there's no way that there's enough food in there to keep me satisfied. And I will tell you, I beg to differ, because by the time you eat all of this, you will be substantially filled enough that you can continue your day without having a mega meltdown or getting hangry. Or for me, I always had trouble with my blood sugar dropping too low before I went towards the diabetic side. So I'll get the shakes real bad if I get too hungry. And this keeps me from pulling into my local drive-thru and ordering the French fries and the Diet Coke that I'm trying so desperately to stay away from. So check out Planters P3 portable protein packs. But again, if you have anyone with a peanut allergy or a nut allergy, be very careful with these, because these are not good for exposure for those kind of people. Finally, the last food product I want to talk to you about, and I'm really excited about this one, is one that my best friend introduced to me when she came down. She is, well, she's been my best friend now for over 25 years. We raised our children together, and she's very dear to me. But she has celiac disease, and for those of you who are unfamiliar with celiac, it is a wheat allergy. And so when she eats anything with gluten in it, she gets very sick to the point of not being able to function. So I try to be extremely on point when she comes to visit, so that she has options besides the food that I know she's going to bring for herself here at the house. Well, she introduced Barry and I to something this trip down that I think she was really afraid that we weren't going to like them. And they have now become an addiction in our house. And so much so that my grandbabies were eating them when they came to stay with us last week. And they are the Simply 7 lentil chips. And this is the sea salt flavor. They also come in a jalapeno flavor, which I hear is divine, and I really want to get my hands on those for Barry because he loves anything jalapeno, but he loves these too. Now, let me tell you a little bit about these lentil chips. They have no preservatives added. They are gluten-free. They are made with simple ingredients. There's no trans fat. There are no sugars in these whatsoever. In fact, I'm going to read you the ingredient list. Lentil flour, potato starch, sunflower and or safflower oil, and sea salt. That is it. That is all that is in this wonderful little chip. I can eat a quarter of this bag, and no, it's not huge, but it's still substantial. A quarter of this bag, and it's only 140 calories. Now, I'm going to show you what these look like because they're not at all what I expected. Pardon the noise, the crunching sounds. Now, if you were raised, again, back in the 80s, when we had bugle chips, and you still can find them, but they're not as common as they were. This flavor reminds me something of like that. And these are what they look like. And they have the most delicious salty crunch. So good. So if we're watching, oh, now I'm eating, and that's so rude. So now I gotta wash it down, pardon me. If you're sitting around watching a movie and you've got that popcorn craving, that need to munch, I will tell you that I can put away this bag. Well, I can't put away this bag because it's so filling because of the lentil in it. But half this bag for 280 calories, you can't eat popcorn for that. Let me tell you what you're gonna have in this. You're gonna have 6 grams total fat. There's no trans fat, there's no saturated fat, there's less than a gram of polyunsaturated fat, and there's 4.4 of monosaturated fats. There's no cholesterol. There are 18 grams of carbs, and less than 1 gram of dietary fiber, but there are 3 grams of protein. Now let me just tell you a little bit about the protein situation here. We as women do not eat enough protein. I talked just a little bit about this in my last video, but let me just harp on this one more time. For a healthy body, we are recommended to eat somewhere between 50 and 60 grams of protein a day. And my endocrinologist and most doctors, if you sit down and talk to them in depth and break it down, you'll find that you're really better off shooting for that 60 grams. It's not hard to do if you set your mind to it, and you can do it in ways that don't include the sugars and the carbs and now you're gonna always get some of that, but you're not gonna have to OD on that to get your protein if you do it well. All it takes is a little bit of homework to find something that's delicious and satisfying. Remember, we need that protein. We need that protein to build muscle. We need muscle for 2 reasons. We need it to boost our metabolism, and we need it to strengthen our bone density. I can fondly remember my grandmother dancing across the living room floor with my sister and I on each side of her. As she shrank, as we got older, she had a humpback from osteoporosis. So I know that that is something that I've got to be very careful of because I do not want that to happen to me. And I don't want it to happen to my friends. And if we are just cognizant enough to treat our bodies well, to gain enough muscle to support our system and to keep our bodies healthy, then we don't have to walk that path. So I'm gonna let you go for today. Next time when you join me, we're gonna talk about exercise. It's not something that I used to would have told you I loved. I now love exercise. It may not be what you're thinking, and it may not be as hard as you're thinking it has to be effective. So join me next time as we talk about how to get your body in shape. And until then, blessings, and know that you're loved. Thanks.